how can I take my strengths as a Western founder, a Western entrepreneur, and benefit from the strengths of your typical Chinese founder and entrepreneur, and how can I make the most of that sort of synergy?
Yeah, I mean those are very important questions on the macro scale in terms of China versus the U.S. I was made aware of this by a conversation that I had with a leading Chinese think tank head, and he said, and he was relating to me a conversation he had with a famous American political scientist, and he said that he told the American political scientist that, and it was sort of in a good-natured way, that ultimately China will win because China is 4 times the population, and just given a normal bell curve of excellence and expertise and brilliance and innovation, assuming everybody has the same bell curve, China will just have 4 times as many people on the extreme positive end, and eventually, 1.4 billion will overtake 330 million. And this Chinese told me that the person said, she says, you're entirely right in your analysis, but what you missed the point is that the United States is not 330 million. The United States is 8 billion, because we draw on the best of the whole world.
Yeah.
And so we are 5 times bigger than China, which is a great comment. And I have felt, not to get it politically involved here, because that's not our objective, but one can argue that there have been a lot of, shall we say, poor decisions of the current administration.
Yeah.
But to me, the absolute worst for making America great is limiting immigration for high tech companies. You can't let everyone in, but the best advice that I had heard, it's not original with me, but somebody said every PhD in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, gets a green card stamped to their diploma. And to me, that's the best, strategic weapon that America could have, because everybody wants to come. And so the environment today, though, is different, and China is trying their best to reach out. Now, it's very difficult because of the nature of the system and the media controls and other things that are not attractive to Westerns. But on a pure business basis, China is reaching out and wants to become a bastion of where the best and the brightest from the world, not just from China, can come. And they will not be very successful at that because of the drag on the system there, compared to what the U.S. can do, or UK, or Netherlands, just to pick a random country at this point. But they can do something, and they can make attractive opportunities for those kinds of technologies or expertise that they deem important.
Yeah.
Now, what those are, is a micro study. But my point is that it's not a one size fits all that you can say China is good or not good. And then in terms of opportunities for businesses, but for the right kind of business, the opportunity is huge, and it's both economic in terms of the demands of the system, and it's political, where China wants to show the world that it is open. They recognize that China cannot be a great country if it's a closed society and people shun it. And so political leadership with President Xi at the top does want an open society in not in George Soros's open society sense of free media, for sure, not that, but an open economic environment where there is opportunities for many companies to enter different industries and to do it in more and more flexible ways. So because there is this negative feeling about China today, and I certainly feel it in the US, many US companies would hesitate to go to China now because of the governmental issues. They don't want to be perceived to going against the grain. But because of that, there is extra opportunity for those companies whose industrial niche fits, and there'll be political energy at all levels of China to support that.
Yeah.
And so the only way to answer the question is by the specificity, but the general environment in China for companies that can deliver a unique technology or a technology that fits a need is probably more better today than it has been in decades,
Yeah.
because of both the economic need and the industrial local innovation need and the political will to show the world that it's still open. So you have to understand the detail of the structure and its nuances to appreciate the opportunity.